Welcome and thank you for tuning in. As you might imagine, I needed a night to sleep off such a terrible loss, such a difficult way to begin what is supposed to be an exciting new era under Virginia Tech's new head football coach, Brent Pry. The Hokies lost in the final minute of the game by a 20-17 margin at Old Dominion. Not at home, not opening the season at home in Blacksburg, like the Hokies should be doing. No, they played on the road at Old Dominion. Now, Whit Babcock has done a pretty good job of picking coaches to lead the various Virginia Tech sports programs to success. Obviously, he got it wrong with Justin Fuente. But one thing I'll say about Babcock is he's a horrible negotiator. He did a terrible job of negotiating Justin Fuente's contract, and I would imagine he was spineless in the negotiations for setting up games with both Old Dominion and Liberty University. I just can't believe that a new head coach had to begin his tenure on the road against another in-state opponent who had beaten Virginia Tech the last time the Hokies had traveled to Norfolk. This had a loss written all over it. This is a rebuilding job. Brent Pry has inherited an absolute mess. It's a particularly bad mess at the quarterback situation, unfortunately. After impressing the Hokie Nation at the spring game, Grant Wells was simply abysmal. He averaged just over 5 yards of completion, 1 touchdown pass, and 4 interceptions that could have easily been way more. Wells looked like a gunslinger in all of the negative connotations of the word, just making some really bad passing decisions out there. I don't want to cut him loose and say it's over for him after one game, but he has to be on an extremely tight leash going forward, because a performance like that again is simply unacceptable. The two bright spots from this game were Keshawn King running for over 100 yards. You know, he had some fumbling issues in the past, but there was never any doubting the Florida native's talent. He is the real deal. I've always liked Keshawn King from a talent standpoint, and I certainly hope he uses this as a stepping stone for the rest of the season, because Virginia Tech's passing game is a gigantic question mark. Dax Holyfield led the Hokies with 11 tackles. He was all over the field. You know, he is the leader of that defense, and he's crucial for Virginia Tech's rebuilding job. But I just can't get over the fact that Virginia Tech had to open the season with a new head coach on the road in this type of game. It was always going to be difficult for the Hokies to win this football game. You always want to be able to get off to a good start in a new head coaching era, and that has not happened. Looking at the positives here, Old Dominion is a non-conference game. So, hey, the Hokies are still undefeated in the ACC. But in all seriousness, this could be a very difficult, very long season. I'm glad I didn't see anything on the internet, at least so far, about any lunatics calling for Brent Pry's job. You know, I like everything Pry had done between getting the job and coming out and coaching today. It was obviously a little ridiculous when the Hokies staff was stuck in the elevator, the staff that had to go, back upstairs after halftime. But yeah, the Hokies were stuck in this game too. And it's just a really, really painful loss. Virginia Tech will be back in action at Lane Stadium against Boston College. It's going to be a night game. I want the Hokie Nation loud and proud in the lane. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've watched this long, you might as well subscribe to my channel.